Charlie, what happened? An official warm welcome back to the 78th NBA season. We are ready for this season. It's about to go down. With the games coming in thick and fast, you know you're definitely going to have a blast. On Tuesday, opening ceremony, in fact, ring ceremony for the Denver Nuggets, where they beat an interestingly set team for the Los Angeles Lakers. Nikola Jokic and co showed us why they are NBA champions, and it was incredible to watch. Then on that same day, we saw KD also go back to the Warriors after several years, leaving them, also beating the Golden State Warriors. But on this episode, we'll be focusing on yesterday's game. So yesterday, we got the chance to see the duo, the deadly duo of Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo against the reigning MVP, Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the Bucks did win, but they won by a very close margin, just 1 point separating them. George, interesting game where we thought the Bucks will completely obliterate the Sixers, but it didn't work out.
All right, to start with, I'd like to credit the Bucks general manager, John Hurst, for making this Dame trade. Now, he's helped three people. He's helped Damian Lillard, the organization, and Giannis Antetokounmpo himself.
Even with the new contract that Giannis has signed, of course.
We all knew where Dame wanted to be. We all knew he wanted to play with the Miami Heat. He wanted to play under Coach Spoelstra. He wanted to play with Jimmy Butler.
Of course, the Heat culture definitely with the influence.
He's very fortunate and lucky to be on that backside to play along with Giannis, because Giannis' style complements Dame's style, and they are going to be one of the deadliest duo. Now, fast moving forward into this game, honestly, I thought it was going to be an easy, dusted win for the Bucks. But looking at how the game went, the 76ers gave them a run for their money. They really showed them that they came to play. They came to match up with them, game in, game out. But you see, with the Bucks, all of these players, they lack squad depth. Now, Damian Lillard, we've always been saying that you need to get a chance. Let's not forget that he's one of the best points guys in the league after Steph.
Definitely.
But ending up on the backside, that championship dream is alive. Definitely, he'll go to the Eastern Conference final this time.
Hey,
but
we are hoping. No, Miami upset for that. With an if.
But then we are hoping that they have to get a depth, because when you look at yesterday's game, you look at their bench, they didn't pull out that numbers that the 76ers bench gave them, because Kelly Oubre came with 27 points, he alone, and he was able to match about 3 players on that Bucks team with the points that he had. And you see, James Harden, bro, you've really worried the 76ers. Yesterday, they were playing so well. Their ball movement, their spacing. If I say spacing, their players were far wide that if they had players like Harden
they had very good shooters on the floor.
Harden on the floor that could help them, maybe they could have won, because yesterday Tyrese Maxey showed up late. If he had come up that early with the good spacing and that ISO play, it would have been good. And yesterday you saw that the Bucks were playing good defensive play out there. They were double teaming Joel Embiid. Now we've seen that if you are double teaming Joel Embiid and he has no better shooting player, he's going to turn the ball over. So the 76ers, they have to get a very good backup to James Harden. But the season long though, but with Bucks maybe.
It's just game one, so we don't want to judge a lot. Now, Teddy, coming to that Bucks Sixers game, going into the game, for the first time, we're seeing Dame and then Giannis. Everybody was speaking about the pick and roll, and immediately they showed us what they could do. The first play of the game for the Bucks was the pick and roll. Dame finding Giannis straight into the paint. That was interesting. Now, another moment where I'd like us to really go to is the final moment of the game. It was very, very close. Now, the Bucks adding Dame, meaning that they've added one of the most clutch players in the league.
True.
So the Bucks definitely, you do not want to be in situations with them where the scores are close. How do you see the game?
So before I get to that, I want to talk about Giannis's shot selection. So once upon a time last season, so their players weren't available, and then he and Lopez had to carry the team the whole regular season. And now you have one of the best players or one of the best point guards in the league. That is Dame. You don't need to take some threes. Yesterday, he was shooting some threes that ended up in turnovers that gave the 76ers some kind of momentum.
They say your man, the offseason, he did train plus Hakeem. So right now, his shot's good. Oh?
No, look, with last season, you had to. It was necessary because you were carrying the team. So you had to pull up and you had to do all the work. But now you have Dame. Whenever he drives into the paint, he carries bodies. Now you have Dame. You can pass it off or dish it off to your other players or even Dame. To do the work. So I don't even understand why he was doing that. And that is what actually led them to have this kind of close game, because they should have swept them immediately. Because Maxey didn't show up and Embiid wasn't.
I think we have to give them time to gel together to understand.
Exactly. They just, in fact, it's a new coach as well, Adrian Griffin. And in his first game, he's facing someone who he was working under as head coach. Nick Nurse was head coach on the Raptors, and Adrian Griffin was his assistant. So it wasn't easy for Adrian Griffin to kind of face off against his boss then times. But it was interesting to see how the game did go down. Now, for Tyrese Maxey, the Sixers fans were looking up to how he can play that point guard role, and I thought he was excellent. Hopefully, he can be an all-star for the Sixers next year. But another interesting game which went down. For the very first time since about 1,000 games, we have seen, about 1,000 days, we are seeing KD versus LeBron in a regular season game, and they lived up to the hype. First of all, George, when the lineups came out, we all knew there was not going to be any Bradley Beal because he had a back injury. Then all of a sudden, no Devin Booker because of a foot injury. This year, they said no load management. But yes, still, we are seeing star players being on the bench. Do you think it's genuinely an injury or there's load management back again?
Maybe I'll say it's the load management because the season is long. You have to manage them well. But you see, with KD, yes. I have his bio here. KD,
I do me and I show.
Oh yeah, but that was an interesting matchup. We've been anticipating this matchup for a long time. They gave us a good fixture. But I see, before the game, I thought Booker would start. And if Booker would have started this game, I tipped the Suns to have won the Lakers very, very, like it would have been a done and dusted game for the Suns because the Lakers have 3 problems this season. 1, Darvin Ham. I feel like he's not the right man for the job. 2, they need a good points guy. They cannot rely on D'Lo and Gabe Vincent.
He took them to the playoffs last season.
That was a scam. They cannot rely on these 2 people to be facilitated. But at some point, LeBron said he can even play the
point guard role, yeah.
Now 3, AD. If they really want to go to the postseason without passing through their play-in, they would have to get AD to stay consistent. Now, Anthony Davis, if you can get a chance to watch this video, go and learn from Giannis.
Charlie.
You look at how Giannis plays because AD is also one of the best 2-way players in the league.
Of course, definitely.
If you cannot stay, and you are in this Lakers team, and you have to stay consistent because Lakers is one of the biggest franchises in the league, and they need you to step up. They need you to take them to postseason. Now, yesterday I realized something that I shouldn't see again in the coming games. Brown is aging. You don't expect him to play the full fourth quarter
for you guys to have a chance to win.
What if he doesn't show up in that fourth quarter? You are trying to tell me the Suns without Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, you are going to struggle against them? No.
Then it's not looking good for the Lakers. Now, speaking of the Suns head coach, Frank Vogel, he was last fired by the Los Angeles Lakers when he went back to face them for the very first time. So there was a little bit of interesting things going on there. But what's your general overview of that game?
So before the season started, Darvin Ham contacted LeBron's personal trainer, and they were like, they are going to reduce his minutes. But into the fourth quarter, we see him coming in as the Superman again and again and again and again to save them. And it's not fair. Look at their 2020 season run. They had shooters. They had the likes of the KCP and Danny Green. They don't have that now.
Even Rondo.
They don't have that.
But I thought in the offseason, they made trades to have that.
Look, on paper, it looked like they had made trades, but then on the ground, it is not working. Gabe Vincent is not enough.
But it's just one game, so you can't just judge. Because for someone like Christian Wood, this is his first time on the Lakers. Cam Reddish, first time on the Lakers. Gabe Vincent, Torian Prince, they all have to have time to be able to understand the system and then play well.
No, but then you can actually get a little foresight on how the league is going to look like.
Impressed with what you saw.
I wasn't impressed, and you see, in that same 2020 championship season, they had backup bigs. They had McGee, they had Howard. And then now who do we have? We have Hayes and Christian Wood. It's not enough. It's not enough. You see, to take the load off of LeBron for him to be able to rest and then come in with small minutes and maybe put up 20 or 24 plus points, you need to bring in quality players. You brought in false players. These were false players. Oh, it's true. It looked like they won the off-season trade, but they actually didn't win anything. If Vincent on the floor isn't adding anything. Hayes on the floor isn't adding anything. Wood on the floor isn't adding anything. D'Lo is adding nothing. Look, the team is looking like it's actually degraded, like it's degrading, like it's going down. It's degrading, like it's going down.
I understand Teddy's rant. He's a Celtics fan.
So he for make happy say the Lakers don't sit up. But in this game, the star power were on two men. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and they both showed why they are one of the greatest players ever to grace the court. For Kevin Durant, it was the opportunity for him to go 12th all time, and he did so, passing one of his idols, Hakeem Olajuwon. So now Kevin Durant on the all-time NBA scoring list is number 12 with that game. LeBron James showed us why he's got the clutch gene. I don't want to hear this anywhere because you guys say Kobe has the clutch gene, Michael Jordan has the clutch gene, and LeBron doesn't have the clutch gene. Let me say this here once and for all. LeBron is clutch. In the final minutes of the fourth quarter, the Lakers had no way of scoring. Your man had to go through double teams, find a way to get to the rim and score for the LA Lakers. So please, LeBron James is clutch. And that's how the game ended with the Lakers grabbing their first.
But boy,
I want to
I'd like to ask you a question.
Sorry.
When will Steph Curry also enter that top scoring list? Because
Charlie. I bet your man say the lead 3-point scoring list. You know he's
Yeah,
scoring
you don't
list.
say he went out that list this time.
Now,
we have to talk about KD's defense. It was amazing, phenomenal defense. Because obviously he's playing under Frank Vogel, whose top priority is defense. So now we are seeing that KD can actually help on the defense and on the offense. Yesterday it was amazing. Him being the only big man, the only star power on the floor, and giving us points both on the offense and on the defense. It was so amazing to see him in his element. Because obviously when he was in Golden State, you had the likes of Draymond Green to do the dirty work for you. But now you have to do it because you have your... And I think that KD's cursed. Honestly, he's cursed. In the sense where you were in Brooklyn and Harden got hurt. Evan got hit, and now you are in a new team, and then now Booker was never who never has issues of injuries is now getting injured.
we can attribute it
Nekic,
to
look. Let's analyze. Nekic has injury issues. Booker now is having injury issues. Now Bill also has injury issues. How is the season looking like for them?
Charlie, see, there will be a separate video for we assessing the Suns' chances. But it'll be like, can he really come for KD today? Well, now I want us to look at the rookies because this year we've had massive talent coming through the league, and it wasn't one of the games today, but we saw Wembanyama. Everybody's eyes were on the 7-foot big man who could literally do everything. We saw Scott Henderson's debut. We saw the Thompson brothers' debut. We saw Derek Lively's debut as well. Who impressed you the most among the rookies on their debut?
Derek Lively. Honestly, Derek Lively. Because the Mavs, it's been a while. They've gotten a big who is actually ready to go to work. Power has been lazy. Very, very lazy. And then Kleber is more of a power forward than a center. So now with Lively coming in, he put up 16 points, 10 rebounds.
And
for his
he
first
also
match.
had good hands, and he fits so well.
So well with him. It's like he understands him so well. Come for the pick and roll. I roll, and I enter the paint. Give me the pass or alley hoop for me, and I do it. But power is so lazy.
On defense.
He was also giving them. And you see, when you have that kind of flow, it's easy for you to not think about, okay, now I've shot the ball, I have to go back on defense because my center is not good. But you know, even if I make the shot, I can relax and then take someone on the perimeter or defend someone in the perimeter. But then with Power right now. Power for fee.
But even Coach Kid said at a point in time that we might see Derek Lively in the starting lineup. So
he should.
He will be rewarding. Now in that
standards.
same game, we got to see someone who is considered as maybe going to be a generational player, Victor Wembanyama. Were you impressed with what you saw in that game?
Oh yeah, that's his first debut in the NBA, and funny enough, he made it with a 3. I saw some interesting stats. You see, we were comparing Wembanyama to Tim Duncan. We said he had some big shoes to fill. But I feel like it will come to reality because looking at the stats, sometimes history backs a player to be successful. Sure. And I feel history will back Wembanyama to be successful in the league. Only if he stays up to be consistent, to train hard.
Injury-free. That's very huge.
And also keep up with the tempo of the game and get his high athleticism because he's a very good player. The skill set, everything top notch. So I'd like to see more of him and maybe let's see what the season has for us.
Well, speaking of the rookies, the number 2 overall pick, Scoot Henderson. No, not the number 3 overall pick. Sorry, Scoot Henderson, who went to the Portland Trail Blazers in his first game, probably had the worst rookie debuts because he had to face, of course, Mike.
Obviously, he had 18. He had 18 on the team,
and you don't really see top card. The ball they enhance inside or they shake. But it's just one game. We can't judge the rookies by that. Now, to end things, we promise you guys, say we will give you one or two few tips. So say the investors and then the comment section side will stop the worry. Interestingly, Friday there are a lot of games which you can pick from. Now, the first game which is going to happen is the Nuggets versus the Grizzlies. This one is definitely
the Nuggets.
A sure win for the Nuggets.
Double for
the Celtics. The Celtics also have a very interesting game against the Miami Heat. There's revenge on the cards, but I feel like the Celtics are deep enough to take the win. What do you think?
It's a simple. If you are an investor there, you just have to go to Jason Tatum. He's going to drop more points. That's so simple.
But Celtics is winning.
Definitely. I think a Celtics win is more assured than a Tatum going at the back of Tatum for scoring. Because maybe what if that day is Jaylen Brown who scores more points? Maybe something like that can happen. And for the Clippers also, interesting game for them. They are definitely going to win. We've got the Detroit Pistons. I was so impressed with what they did. You can also go behind King Cunningham to score a lot of points because in that first game, 30 points against the Miami Heat. This time they are facing a Charlotte Hornets team without LaMelo Ball. So definitely the Pistons can also grab the win. You can go for Westbrook assist as well. First game, 11 assists, the first ever Clipper since Chris Paul to have 11 assists in an NBA game. So yeah, you can go for Westbrook assist as well. And finally, Desmond Bane against the Denver Nuggets, making a lot of threes. So the investors in the chat, hopefully you're able to win something from there. But that is how we close this one for today. We spoke about the Bucks, the Lakers, the Suns. There will be more coming on basketball on Prrrr. My name is Slam. I did this with Teddy and Joe. There will be more coming. Stay tuned. The NBA season is here and we are ready for more content.